Hey, Cowboy Nation, this is the Cowboys Abroad. I just want to talk to you a little bit about the abroad side of Cowboys Abroad. First of all, being abroad, well, where did that kind of come from? Well, I just want to tell you a little bit, tell you about my history, sort of my bio abroad. In 1995, I was in South Korea. 1997, Egypt. 1999, Saudi Arabia. 2004, I was in Iraq. 2007 to 2010, I lived in Germany. 2011, I spent a year in Afghanistan. 2015, I moved here to Okinawa, Japan. And since 2015, for the last 3 years, I've lived here in Okinawa, Japan. Currently, right now, I live abroad. As you can tell by my list here, I spent more than 9 years abroad. And some places I've been in between there, and places I've been outside of there. But those are just my sort of official list of places I've been abroad. I spent a lot of time overseas, and there's some challenges really to come with living abroad. One of them is obviously how you gonna watch the Cowboy games? How you gonna watch the Cowboy games? What you gonna watch the Cowboy games? Can you even get the Cowboy games? And for me, for most of my career, or all of my career, I have been affiliated with the military in some way, and I'm affiliated with the military right now. I work for them. I'm no longer military, but back in the day, I was Army, and so most of the time they provide some cable services on a channel called American Forces Network, often abbreviated as AFN, channel for the military, and they play some Cowboy games, like the national games, or the games of the week, or the Sunday night games, or Monday night football games. They play, and AFN, you can catch about 40, somewhere between 40 and 50% of the games on AFN. The thing about it is AFN, they don't always give you the games live. Sometimes they record the games and play the games later. They're not always given to you as the games are occurring. The game might happen on Sunday, and it might come on AFN at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon, which by the way, is the time that you probably still at work or just getting off work. Some of that capacity is not always at a convenient time for you. Sometimes it's shown at 2 o'clock in the morning at your local time zone, and you either see it or you don't. That's kind of how they working on AFN. So I take it for the worth. It's a good service. It's a free service for people affiliated with the military that has access to AFN. It's free, and so it's a good deal. And they give you 40 or 50% of the Cowboys. Me personally, I watch the Cowboys. I watch the Cowboys through the internet. I get the NFL Game Pass. There are two varieties of NFL Game Pass. There's the domestic variety and the international variety, in which I have. Difference between the two is if you happen to stay on the U.S. military base and you have a U.S. IP address, uh, your computer will recognize you as being in America, and it will redirect you to the domestic Game Pass site, and which it's a fee of about $99, but it doesn't give you any games live. It records the games. You can play back all the games at any time at your leisure, but it doesn't give you any live. Doesn't give you any live games. And myself, you know, me personally, I like to watch the games live. That's just kind of my thing. And by the time I get home to watch it, I already know what the score is. You know, and I still watch it, but I much prefer to watch it live and enjoy it. And I also like to chat it up with my fellow YouTubers, my Cowboys family, and you know, some DJ Crime and some other people, you know, that I blog with on YouTube. I like how much rather be in the chat box, catching everybody's game reactions and giving my responses that way live. So domestic, you know, it's a good deal. It's better than nothing. But it's not the same as live. And then there's the variety that I have, the international version. If you live off the U.S. base and you get a Japanese IP from from the internet provider, then you can get the international Game Pass. The international Game Pass gives you access to all the games, and you can watch it anytime. It records the games, gives you a live version. It records the games and gives you a condensed version to where if you watch it later, you can watch the game in like 30 to 35 minutes. Also gives you the all 22. So if you like to break down film, you can go and look at film, break down, see exactly what happened on the field. That type of thing. I love the Game Pass. It comes at a price tag of about $240. You know, it's a little steep side, but it is down from last year. Last year, price was about $280. You know, so I'll take it. You know, so that's kind of how I watch the games. Now, living overseas and now here in Japan, I'm about depending on what time zone you're in. If you're in Central Time Zone, 14 hours ahead. 15 during at certain times of year with the time change, sometimes 15 hours ahead. And the games, for me, normally come on if it's a 12 o'clock game. We're talking 2 a.m. And for the 3:25 p.m. game in America, we're talking about 5:25 a.m. for me. You know, so it's usually watching the games. It's usually an early night for me. 2 o'clock in the game, 2 o'clock in the morning. Strangely enough, I actually prefer that because I can actually watch the whole game in peace. Because one, the wife sleep. But aside from that, I can watch the whole game before I have to go to work. You know, at 5:30 when the game comes on, generally, you know, Cowboys Abroad, you know, goes checks in the day job, you know, 7:30. So right around halftime, it's time for Cowboys to go abroad to go to work. You know, so I had to leave in the middle of the game, going to work. I really don't like my Cowboys interrupted. I like my football totally interrupted, free of interruptions. So that's kind of how I like it. And so, really, that 5:25 game is kind of irritating for me because I'm like looking at the clock, going, okay, what time I gotta leave? Yeah, what time am I gonna leave and still make it to work? You know, just 5 more minutes. You know, kind of make it to halftime before I have to actually leave. You know, sometimes I contemplate. You know, sometimes I contemplate just staying home altogether and watch the game. But I gotta make a living too, right? So that's kind of how that goes. And then of course, generally Thursday night games, Sunday night games, Monday night games. For me, of the next day. So really Thursday night game is a Friday night game. A Sunday night game is really a Monday night game. And Monday Night Football really comes on Tuesday morning at 9:20 a.m. Just like the 3:25 game, Cowboys Abroad at work. And so generally speaking, if I catch one of those games, I can catch an open TV at work. Maybe I catch some of the game, or maybe if it's a marquee game, maybe I just take off that day. Sometimes I might do that. So that's kind of how we go with that. One of the challenges really of being overseas is how you get your cowboy gear. That's always one of those things that you have to look at. Of course, in today's modern technology, you have Amazon, and of course you can order online. Of course, one thing you have to understand is when you live abroad and you're affiliated with the military or affiliated with the U.S., you have special kind of addresses that come through the military post offices, and so you'll have an Army post office address, which is usually an Army or an Air Force unit, but it'll be an APO address still coming through an Army post office, or you'll have a Fleet post office address, which is Marines and Navy typically, and so you have an APO, which stands for Army Post Office, or LPO addresses, which stands for Fleet Post Office address. Problem, why am I saying this and why am I putting this out? Because a lot of places that you go online that tell you specifically they don't ship TLPO, APO addresses. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're just too lazy to fill out one small custom form in order to get your stuff to you. It's a U.S. address. It's just written differently, but it's a U.S. address. So you write it down. You fill out one small customs form that says what you're sending, and you can send it for the same fee, same cost that you send it any other place. And if it isn't additional cost, I don't understand why you can't just charge my credit card the additional costs, or tell me there's a processing fee and let me decide. But you find that a lot of places don't ship TFPO, AP addresses, and that's a challenge. And then there's other challenges that you have. Sort of like for me, places that do ship the FPO addresses, sometimes they ship by UPS. UPS typically don't ship overseas. If they do, they have an agreement with the post office, but that agreement generally says all post office USPS mail will be given priority, and if there's any mail that goes from UPS, it's kind of last on the block. So what does that mean? Well, for us, that means our packages typically from UPS don't get here 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks. That's right, 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks. You order something from Amazon, typically you can get it here, week, 10 days. But other places, some examples, like I order some of my gear from Fanatics.com, NFLshop.com, the Dallas Cowboy website itself. That stuff typically takes me about 6 weeks to get, so I have to plan ahead, order my stuff a couple months ahead of the season in order to have it ready. One of the things I ordered from NFLshop.com was this here jacket. This here jacket, when I seen it online, it's a Columbia, so I thought it was Columbia. It was going to be a cold weather jacket. I thought it was going to be a little thicker than what it is right now. So I ordered it, and it isn't exactly what I wanted. But after you waited 6 weeks, 6 weeks to get the damn thing, the chances of you sending it back are slim to none. So that's the other thing. You have to make sure you order what you want. You got to make sure that you have the right size, that it is exactly what you intended to get. Because after you waited 6 weeks to get it, you don't want to send it back. So I just kind of rationalized and said, hey, here in Okinawa, Japan, this is kind of like a tropical island. It rains quite a bit here. A wet weather jacket ain't so bad to have. I probably use it a lot more. Really, just ordering a jacket because I'm getting ready to go to a Cowboy game down in Dallas. And in Texas, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what kind of weather you're gonna get. It might be 95 degrees when I get to Texas. It might be 25 degrees. It might be sunny. It might thunderstorm the whole time. You don't know what you're gonna get in Texas. And so I was ordering me a jacket to be prepared. Yeah. But if I get some bad weather, at this point, I just gotta hope it's rain because I got a brand new rain poncho, a rain parka that'll do me well. If it's cold, this is not gonna do me a whole lot of good, but that's all right. Rain, sleet, snow. I'm gonna break out my Dallas Cowboy jersey. I'm going to the game. I'm gonna enjoy it, and it'll be fun. But I just want to take a little time to tell you a little bit about the abroad side of Cowboys Abroad. Those are just some of the things about me, places I've been, some of my challenges here, some of the conditions of living abroad or overseas. Just counting these up real quick on this list. It's about seven countries. I can tell you there's probably another 7 or 8 countries that I've visited, vacation or on some type of mission that is not on this list. So I've spent a lot of my adult life living across the water. If you have any questions about the challenges of living abroad, please leave them in the comments below, so we can talk about it. Maybe that's something that maybe I can assist you with, or questions you might have that I can answer for you. And if I can, I'm more than happy to help at any time. One of the things that I would be remiss if I didn't do is thank you guys. Thank you for watching Cowboys Abroad. I'm out.